It all started with a single swipe. A man with designer suits, private jets, and a smile that could melt ice. He said he was the son of a billionaire diamond tycoon. He said he traveled the world for business. He said he was looking for something real. And for many women, it felt like they had just won the lottery of love. But what they didn't know was that behind the fancy watches and luxury hotels, Simon Leviev was building something else entirely. A web of lies so convincing, it would leave them heartbroken, in crushing debt, and questioning everything they thought they knew about love.
3 women who thought they'd met the man of their dreams on Tinder, only to later say he scammed them out of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
$20,000, $30,000,
$140,000.
This is the story of how one man used charm, fear, and romance to steal millions. Chapter 1. The Perfect Prince. Before the chaos, there was only a fairy tale. Simon's dating profile was like a luxury magazine cover. Yachts, 5-star dinners, and selfies from exotic cities. When he matched with someone, he didn't waste time with small talk. Within hours, he offered private jet trips, expensive dinners, and gifts that seemed impossible to fake. One woman described how their first date started with champagne in a luxury hotel and ended with a trip across Europe the next morning. Everything about him screamed wealth. His clothes, his bodyguards, even the way hotel staff treated him. It all seemed real, but that was the plan. Simon knew first impressions matter. The private jets and luxury lifestyle weren't just for fun, they were bait. They made him seem untouchable, trustworthy, and successful. He created the image of a billionaire's son, someone too rich to ever need anyone's money. And that's how he got people to let their guard down. They didn't see a con artist. They saw a dream come true. Chapter 2. The crisis that changed everything. Just when everything seemed perfect, the nightmare began. It always started the same way. After weeks of luxury dates and loving messages, Simon would send a message late at night. His tone would be panicked. He would say his enemies were after him, that his credit cards were frozen, that he was in danger. Sometimes he sent photos of his bodyguard in an ambulance. Sometimes he sent voice notes saying people were following him. The stories were dramatic and terrifying. He would beg for help. He said he needed to borrow their credit card just for a few days, or he asked them to take out a loan in their name, and he would pay it back instantly. And because they trusted him, they said yes. They sent him tens of thousands of dollars, thinking they were saving the man they loved. But the moment they hit send, that money disappeared, used to fund Simon's next luxury trip with another woman. One woman was left with over $200,000 in debt. Another maxed out 6 credit cards before realizing the truth. Simon didn't just steal money. He used love as a weapon, and that made him even more dangerous. Chapter 3. Trapped in the web. Once Simon got their money, he didn't disappear. He kept the lie going. He would say he was about to pay them back, sending fake bank transfers showing millions on the way. He showed fake checks, forged invoices, and fake contracts to prove his wealth. He even had people pretending to be his employees who would call and confirm his stories. And to keep the victims quiet, he made them feel responsible for his safety. He told them to tell no one, not even their family, saying his enemies might find him. That secrecy kept the women isolated. No one could warn them or see the red flags. They were stuck in a cycle of hope and fear. And when they finally started to doubt him, Simon would suddenly shower them with love again. Flowers, kind words, promises of a future together. It pulled them back in every time. They didn't know they weren't the only one. They were part of a loop. One woman's money funding the next woman's fantasy. This wasn't just a scam, it was a machine. Chapter 4. The Fall of the Tinder Swindler. Eventually, the truth caught up to him. Some of the women began to share their stories with each other online. They realized they had all been told the same lies, the same enemies, the same injuries, the same fake bank transfers. Journalists picked up the story and began investigating his past. They found out Simon had been running scams for years, moving across Europe under fake names, leaving behind unpaid bills, stolen checks, and victims drowning in debt. Authorities in multiple countries opened cases against him. He was arrested in 2019 while using a fake passport and later served time in prison for fraud and forgery. But here's the shocking part. He never faced major charges for what he did to those women. And when he got out, he went back to living a flashy life on social media. The story exploded worldwide after Netflix released the documentary The Tinder Swindler, showing the victim's side of the story and how they fought back. It exposed how easy it is to create a fake luxury identity and how dangerous romance scams can be. Today, Simon walks free. The women are still paying off their debts, and millions of people are still asking the same question. How did he get away with it? Simon Leviev didn't use weapons or threats. He used love, trust, and dreams, and that made him unstoppable until the truth came out. This story is a warning for everyone. If something looks too perfect to be real, maybe it's not real at all.